Hey, good day. So, this is our topic for midterm. So, we have planning and decision making techniques and tools. So, first we have the SWOT analysis. So, SWOT analysis meaning, so this technique involves analyzing the strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats related to a particular decision or situation. So, it helps in identifying internal strengths and weakness and external opportunities and threats. So, ang purpose ng SWOT analysis is to identify internal strengths, kag weakness, and also the external opportunities and threats. So, example, no, a business evaluates its strength. So, tawag lang nga strong brand. Also, weakness. So, sa nga business, ang weakness da is limited budget and the opportunities. So, sa nga business, ang meaning kang opportunities is new market and threats. We have the competition. So, ibig sabihin ka SWOT, so we have this, ang S is stand for strength, W is stand for weakness, ang O is stand for external opportunities, and T is stand for threats. So, that is SWOT analysis. Next is decision matrix. So, decision matrix is a tool used to compare multiple alternatives based on different criteria. So, it helps systematically evaluating options and making informed decision moment. Okay? So, meaning to say, ang decision matrix, so ang purpose ng decision matrix sa may planning and decision making is to compare multiple options based on different criteria. So, example, choosing a new supplier by rating options on price, quality, and delivery time. So, gapili ikaw kang bago nga supplier mo sa sang ka product or sa sang ka business mo by i-compare mo tana no in different criteria. So, i-compare mo tana by price, by quality, and delivery time. So, that is the decision matrix. So, how about the cost benefit analysis or the CBA? So, CBA involves comparing the cost of a decision or project with its benefits by quantifying both costs and benefits. So, it helps in evaluating the feasibility and potential returns of a decision. So, ibig sabihin, ang purpose na kara is to compare the cost and benefits kang sangka decision or the decision. So, example, a company evaluates whether to launch a new product by comparing projected profits to development cost. So, gina-compare nanda or gina-evaluate nanda kung whether ipatindag nanda or ipagwaon nanda ang sangka produkto by comparing kang pira ang anda nga ma-project ang projected or pira ang gina-assume nanda nga kita nanda the profit kag kung pira ang magastos nanda. So that is the cost benefit analysis. So next is the mind mapping. So mind mapping is a visual technique used to brainstorm ideas, organize thoughts, and explore the relationships between different concepts. So it's particularly useful for generating creative solutions and planning complex projects. So, ang purpose ka mind mapping is to brainstorm. So, brainstorm ka mo ka mga ideas and i-organize nyo ang inyong nga thoughts visually. So, example, you're planning a marketing campaign by mapping out ideas for target audience, budget, and channels. So, kumbaga, di ba kung sa meeting ra? So, ma-brainstorming ka mo, no? Minsar ka mo, ano ang himuon nyo, no? I-organize mo ang imong nga thoughts, no? So, matugro ikaw kung mga ideas mo, no? Para anong himuon mo para maging successful ang imong marketing campaign, no? So, sila dyan yung karamang ideas nyo, sino ang mga target audience nyo, pira ang budget nyo, ano ang mga channels or platforms nga gamitin nyo, no? So, that is mind mapping. Mapping. So next is critical path method or the CPM. So CPM is a project management technique used to schedule and prioritize tasks based on their dependencies and duration. So it helps in identifying the critical path which determines the shortest time required to complete a project. So ibig sabihin kang CPM or ang purpose na kara is to schedule and prioritize tasks to determine the shortest project duration. So, gina-schedule nanda ka gina-prioritize nanda or ginauna nanda ang mga bagay, ang mga task para maman-an nanda kung diin dya kara ang pinakabuga lang nga nga himuon nanda or the shortest, like the shortest project duration. Sa example, no, managing a construction project by identifying which task must be completed first. So kung gamanage ikaw ka sa construction, or may ginapatindag ikaw, identify mo kung ano ang mga task or hinimuon ang dapat una nga matapos. So ang tawag lang kara is critical path method. So next is decision trees. So ang purpose ka decision trees, or the decision trees are graphically representation of decisions and their potential consequences. So they help in visualizing the outcomes of different choices and assessing their probabilities, making them useful for strategic decisions making under uncertainty. So ibig sabihin, or ang purpose ni decision trees is gina-visualize or visualize decisions and their possible outcomes. So, gina-imagine mo ron ang mga desisyon kung ano ang pwede nga matabo, ano ang igawaan na kaya. So, example, no, a farmer deciding whether nga maplanta na kang corn or wheat based on weather forecast and market prices. So, ginapinsar na paas kong tag-ururan. So, ano ang ginapinsar mo nga paas kong farmer ka tapos tag-ururan? Ano ang hami nga itanong sa time kang tag-ururan? No? Okay, so that is decision tree. So, gaplano, ikaw na gina-visualize mo, kag ginalantaw mo kung ano ang maging result na. So, next is Pareto analysis, or the 80-20 rule. So, Pareto analysis is based on the principle that 80% of effects come from 20% of causes. So, it involves identifying and prioritizing the most significant factors contributing to a problem or outcome, allowing for focused action on high impact areas. So, ang purpose na karian is identify the most significant factors, or ang pinaka-importante nga factors contributing to a problem. So, ano ang mga rason or ano ang mga reasons nga nga may sa amo nga problema. So, example, a company focuses on the 20% of products that generate at 80% of sales. Okay? So, amo ang Pareto analysis, or ginatawag na nga 80-20 rule. So, ga-focus ka mo sa 20% nga bagay nga rian sa 100% ka focus ka mo sa 20% nga bagay nga rian nga amor ang reason kung andot nga naka-generate ikaw kang 80% nga sales, or amor ang is either problem or good result, no? So either ang 20% ano ang 20% ka nga naga-cause ka problema, or ano ang 20% nga rian nga ga-cause kang magtaas kang imo nga benta. So that is the 80-20 rule. So next is the scenario planning. So scenario planning involves creating multiple plausible futures, scenarios, and exploring their potential implications. So it helps in preparing for uncertainty and developing robust strategies that can adapt to different possible future. So, scenario planning, so ang purpose na kara is to prepare for different future scenarios. So, ang baga na prevention is better than cure. No? So, ibig sabihin ng scenario planning is ginapreparahan mo rin ang ano ang pwedeng matabo in the future. So, example, a business develop plans for various economic conditions such as recessions or growth. So that is scenario planning. So how about the decision support system, or the DSS? So DSS are computer-based tools and techniques that assist in decision making by providing relevant data, models, and analytical capabilities. So they can range from simple spreadsheet applications to sophisticated software systems. So ang purpose na DSS is use computer-based tools to aid decision making. Aoy baga nagigamit ng gandang kadepende rin sa AI, no? So, a retailer uses software to analyze sales data and stocks levels to decide on reordering. So, next is Six Thinking Hats. So, Six Thinking Hats developed by Edward de Bono. These techniques involves looking at the decision from six different perspectives represented by different colored, or ang ginatawag natin nga hats. Okay? So, example, white for facts, red for emotions, black for risk. So, it helps in considering various aspects of a decision and avoiding biased thinking. Okay? So, ang purpose ng six thinking hats is to consider different perspectives in decision making, or gina-consider natin ang iba-iba nga mga perspective or iba-iba nga mga point of view kang imong taho when it comes to decision making. So example, a team uses different hats. Amo to kay nang ambal ko, no. So kung fox imo, you have white. Kung risk imo, you have black. To evaluate a new project idea from all angles. Okay, so these are just a few examples of the many techniques and tools available for planning and decision making. So the most effective approach often depends on the specific context, goals, and preferences of the decision maker. Okay, so those are the planning and decision making techniques and tools. How about the organizing and organizational structure? Okay, a moment. Okay, so organizing and organizational structures are crucial aspects of management that involve arranging resources, tasks, and people to achieve the goals of the organization efficiently. So here are some key concepts and considerations related to organization and organizational structure. So organizational structures, this refers to the framework that defines the formal relationships, roles, responsibilities, and reporting hierarchy within an organization. So common types of organizational structures include functional, divisional, matrix, and network structures. So, in short terms, no, organizational structures defines roles, no, na-define no kung ano yung mga roles, ano yung mga responsibilities, and ano ang yung mga reporting hierarchy. So, example, no, a company's organizational chart showing departments and reporting lines. Pag ginambal ba natin ng organizational structures, no, patas pala dyan sa eskwelahan, no, may dyan kita nga president, vice presidents, no, mga deans, program head, no, teachers, no. So, amor organizational structure no, alin sa pinakataas at sa pinakanaba, no. So, next is functional structure. In a functional structures, the organization is divided into department based on functions such as marketing, finance, operations, and human resources. So these types of structures facilitate specializations and efficiency within each functional area. Okay. So, ibig sabihin is functional structure is divides the organization into department based on function. Example, no, we have the marketing department, no, the finance department. So, um, like mga marketing, finance, HR departments. So they every department they have specific rules. So tawag niya kara is functional structures. So next is the divisional structures. So divisional structure. Okay, so in a divisional structures, the organization is divided into semi-autonomous decision based on products, services, geographic regions, or customer segments. So each division operates as a separate entity with its own functions, resources, and decision-making authority. Okay, so ang ibig sabihin ka division structure, so divides the organization into semi-autonomous division based on products, services, regions, or customer segments. So for example, a company would separate divisions from the North America, no, may division mas sa Europe and Asia. So next is matrix structure. So a matrix structure combines elements of both functional and divisional structures where employees report to both functional managers and project or product managers. So this structures is common in complex organization that requires cross-functional collaboration. So ibig sabihin ka may matrix structures. So it combines functional and divisional structure. So kina 'di ba ang functional is organization into department base. Tapos ang divisional structure is divides the organization into semi-autonomous division. Ang matrix structure na is combination of two, no, combination of functional and divisional. So employees report to both functional and project managers. So example, an engineer reports to both the engineering manager and the project manager. So that is matrix structure. So next is the organizational design. So organizational designs involves the process of creating or modifying the organizational structures to align with the strategic objectives and environmental demands of the organization. So it includes decision regarding departmentalization, span of control, centralization versus decentralization, and formalization. So ibig sabihin kang departmentalization, organizational design is creating or modifying the structures to align with strategic objectives. So, for example, is you're restructuring a company to better respond to market changes. So, next is departmentalization. So, departmentalization refers to the process of grouping activities and people into departments or units based on similarities in function, product, geography, or customer type. So it helps in clarifying roles, facilitating coordination, and improving efficiency. So, pag ginhambal natin nga departmentalization, so we have grouping activities and people into department based sa anda nga function, sa anda nga product, or the geography or the customer set. So, example, departments for each product line in a manufacturing company. So next is span of control. So span of control refers to the numbers of subordinates that a manager directly supervises. A narrow span of control typically involves fewer subordinates per manager, while a wide span of control involves more, so the choices of span of control depends on factors such as the complexity of tasks, skill levels of employees, and managerial preferences. So pag natin number ng span of controls, so number of subordinates a manager directly supervises. So ang ibig sabihin, no, 'di ba pag manager ka, may mga tao nga under kanimo. So ang tawag diyan kara is subordinates. So ibig sabihin, kang span of control number ka mga tao nga under sa manager or ang ana nga gina-supervise. Okay, so example, a manager overseeing 5 employees has a narrow span of control. Okay, so next is centralization versus decentralization. So centralization involves retaining decision-making authority at higher levels of the organization, while decentralization involves delegating decision-making authority to lower levels. The degree of centralization or decentralization depends on factors such as organizational size, complexity, and culture. So, ibig sabihin, no, decision-making authority retained at higher level versus delegated to lower level. So, example, centralized or decentralization control in a small company. So, pag centralization, ang ginokontrol na lang is gamayng kumpanya versus kang decentralized control in a multinational corporation. So, sa centralized, isang ginokontrol na is gamay lang ang kumpanya, while si decentralized, isang ginokontrol na is mga bahol nga korporasyon. Okay, so organizational culture. So, organizational culture refers to the shared values, beliefs, norms, and behaviors that shape the way people interact and work within an organization. So, a strong and positive organizational culture can enhance employee engagement, cohesion, and performance. So, organizational structures, so shared, ibig sabihin no, they shared values, mga beliefs nanda, mga paniniwala nanda, and the behaviors within sa organization or within sa isang kakumpanya. So, okay. So, organizational structure. So, a company within a culture of innovation encourage risk-taking and creativity. So, di ba sa isang kumpanya, diverse, no? Iba-iba nga lahi, iba-iba nga race, iba-iba nga ethnicity, no? So, dyan ka riyan ka-shared sa anda nga mga paniniwala, no? Anda nga mga beliefs, no? Traditions, etc. So, next is the organizational change. So, organizational structure is not static and may need to evolve over time in response to internal and external changes such as growth, mergers, technology advancements, and market dynamics. So, managing organizational change effectively requires clear communication, employee involvement, and leadership support. By understanding and effectively managing organizing and organizational structures, leaders can create agile, adaptable, and high-performing organizations that are well positioned to achieve their strategic objectives. Okay, so organizational change is meaning adapting the structures in response to internal and external changes. So for example, merging departments after an acquisition to streamline operations. Pag merging, ibig sabihin pinagsama ang dalawa ka departments after nga na-acquisite or kuwari biging bakal kang sangka kumpanya ang sangka amo dyan nga kumpanya so nag-merge siya so gin-combine nito ang dalawa ka departamento, ang dalawa ka kumpanya nagdapon, no? So, that is organizational change. So, next, we have the organizational design and departmentalization. So, organizational design and departmentalizations are critical components of creating effective organizational structures. So, let's delve deeper into each concept. So, first concept is the organizational design. So, meaning kang organizational design is creating or modifying an organizational structures para ma-achieve mo ang imo nga strategic goals. So, gabuhat ikaw kag modified mo tana, no? Ang imo nga organizational structures. So, key components na karian is structural elements, mga job designs, ng decision-making process, and culture. So, example kang organizational design is you're designing a new department para mag-handle kang imo nga digital marketing or nagbuhat ni kang bago nga department para magkapot kang imo nga market nga magbuhat ka mga advertisement marketing etc. no. So that is organizational design. So next is types of organizational design. Come moment. Okay, so here we have the functional structure. So departments are organized based on specialized functions such as marketing, finance, operations, and human resources. Okay, so para sa ginhambal ko kayo na departments based on specialized functions. So amo to hambal ko kayo na separate departments for sales, separate department for finance and production. So divisional structures. So department based on products, regions, or customer segments. So example, separate divisions for each product line. So matrix structures, combination of functional and divisionals. Example, project teams that includes members from different functional departments. So next is network structures. So alliances and partnerships perform functions instead of internal departments. So example, outsourcing IT support to an external company. So next is departmentalization. So definition. So departmentalization refers to the process of grouping activities and people into departments or units based on similarities in function, products, geography, and customer types. So types of departmentalization. Okay, nagbalik kita. Okay. So skip ko rin dyan gali kay daw nagbalik lamang kita sa una, no. So ma-proceed ako sa staffing and HR process. Okay, so staffing and HR process are essential functions within organizations that involves acquiring, developing, and retaining talent to support the organization goals and objectives. So here an overview of staffing and the HR process. So in staffing process, we have the manpower planning. So this involves assessing the organizational current and future workforce needs based on factors such as business goals, growth projections, and changes in the external environment. So ang manpower planning, so they are assessing current and future workforce needs. So, di ba from the word HR, no, kumbaga sanda ang ga-hire ka na human resource. So, example ng manpower planning is planning for additional staff during peak seasons or kung kailangan ka maestra, no. So, sanda ka ra ang ga-hire, sanda ang gapangita, no. kang pwede na himuon nga may extra. So next is recruitment. So recruitment involves attracting and sourcing candidates to fill open positions within the organization. So this may include activities such as job posting, candidate sourcing, resume screening, and conducting interviews. So recruitment is attracting and sourcing candidates. So nagapangita sanda kang anda nga pwede nga i-hire. So example karon is they are posting jobs ads and ga-conduct sanda ka mga interviews. So next is selection. So selection involves assessing candidates' qualifications, no skills na and fit for the job and the organization. So this may include conducting assessments, background checks, reference checks, and making final hiring decision. So as a selection, no, so they are assessing and choosing candidates. So gapili sanda ko sino i-hire. So ang example kang selection is gina-evaluate na nanda ang resume kang isang ka-applicant kag pa-contact na sanda ka interviewed kung qualified si applicant or not. So next is onboarding. So amo yung ginatawag ng hire yung tana, no. So onboarding is the process of integrating new employees in the organization and familiarizing them with its culture, policies, procedures, and job responsibilities. Effective onboarding helps new employees acclimate quickly and become productive members of the team. So onboarding, ibig sabihin integrating new employees into the organization. So example, no, orientation programs and training sessions. So next we have the HR process. So we have the first performance management. So performance management involves setting clear performance expectations, providing feedback, evaluating performance, and rewarding or addressing performance outcomes. So it aims to improve individuals and organizational performance and aligns employee efforts with organizational goals. So performance management, so they are setting goals, providing feedback, and evaluating performance. Example, annual performance reviews and feedback session. So also in HR process, we have the training and development. So training and development initiatives help employees acquire and enhance the knowledge, skills, and abilities required to perform their jobs effectively. So this may include formal training programs, on-the-job training, or mga OJT, no, coaching, mentoring, and career development opportunities. So, ibig sabihin kang training naman, so they are enhancing employee skills and knowledge. So, example ng mga professional development workshops, ng mga seminars, no. So, next is compensation and benefits. So, compensation and benefits programs aims to attract, motivates, and retain employees by offering competitive salaries, wages, bonuses, and benefits packages. So, this includes considerations such as salary benchmarking, incentive programs, health insurance, no, mga retirement plans, and other perks, no. So, they are offering competitive pay, no, pataasan ng sweldo, no, mga benepisyo. So, example, salary, benchmarking, and health insurance packages. Next is employee relation. So, employees relations involve managing and maintaining positive relationships between employees and the organization. So, these include handling employees, okay, handling employees grievances, resolving conflicts, promoting open communication, and fostering a positive moment work culture. Okay, so where are we? Employee engagement. So ibig sabihin no, we are creating a supportive and motivating work environment. So example is employee recognition programs and mga team building activities, no. So murang employee engagement. So next is the HR compliance and legal requirements. So HR professionals ensure that the organization complies with relevant employment laws, regulations, and industry standards. So this includes areas such as labor laws, mga anti-discrimination laws, workplace safety guidelines, and data privacy laws. So ibig sabihin karaan, they are ensuring adherence to employment laws. Example, no, mga compliance with labor laws and workplace safety regulations. Okay, so next we have the maintaining, retaining, and evaluating human resources. So maintaining human resources. Okay, moment. So okay, no, maintaining, retaining, and evaluating human resources. So maintaining, retaining, and evaluating human resources are crucial aspects of HR management aim to ensuring employee satisfaction, productivity, and organizational success. So let's explore each of these areas in more details. So una is maintaining human resources. So employee engagement. So ibig sabihin, we have to foster a positive work environment. Kumbaga dapat hindi toxic, no? So for example, you have a regular team building activities, no? Engage ang mga tao, ang imong nga manug-ubra, no? So sa mga barangay nga mga company, may natawag sanda nga team building, so ga-outing sanda, may pag-games, no? Tapos groupings para makilala mo ba ang imo nga mga katrabaho. So next is work-life balance. So promote work-life balance by offering flexible work arrangements, wellness programs, and supportive policies that help employees manage their personal and professional responsibilities. Or in short explanation, they are offering flexible work arrangement. So patas ka mga remote work options, no, kung pwede ka mag-work from home, no, or like mga iba bala mga gatugro sanda ka mga like free nga access sa gym, no, mga fun run, no, so that is work-life balance. So next is employee development. So invest in employee development through training, mentoring, and career advancement opportunities. So help employees acquire new skills, expand their knowledge, and grow within the organization. So employee development, so invest in training and career growth. So example, no, nag-offer sa naka mga online courses and certifications para pa mag-grow ang andang mga empleyado or ang andang mga employee, no? And also mag-grow man ba, kumaga may growth mas sa andang nga career. So next is performance management. So implement effective performance management systems that provide regular feedback, set clear goals, and recognize and reward achievements. So this help employees understand expectations and stay motivated to perform at their best. So implement effective performance systems. So like mga example mga regular feedback, no, and goal setting session. So next is workplace diversity and inclusion. So create a diverse and inclusive workplace where all employees feel respected, feel valued and included, embrace diversity in hiring, promotions, and decision-making process, and foster a culture and equity and belonging. So you have to promote diversity and inclusion. So like for example, mga diversity training programs. So next, we have the retaining human resources. So in retaining human resources, we have the competitive compensation and benefits. So offer competitive salaries, wages, bonuses, and benefits packages to attract and retain top talent. So conduct regular benchmarking to ensure compensation remains aligned with industry standards. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, they are offer mga attractive packages like mga regular salary reviews and bonuses. So, we have the career development options. So, they provide growth paths. So, example ng mga promotion opportunities. So, next is recognitions and rewards. So, basically, they acknowledge contributions, no, ang effort ng anda mga taho or anda nga mga empleyado. So, like for example, mga employee of the month awards, no, so, gina-recognize na narian. So, next is employee feedback and involvement. So, you include employees in decision making. So, ginamangkot nanda ang side man kang anda nga mga empleyado when it comes sa magbuhat sa dabi ka mga anda nga mga desisyon, no. So, for example, employee suggestion programs or mga surveys. So, next is supportive leadership and management. So, this one, no. So, okay. So, train managers to support employees. So, example, leadership and development program. So, next is we have the evaluating human resources. So, evaluating human resources. So, first we have the performance review. So, ibig sabihin kang performance review is regular assessment and feedback. So, example, mga annual performance evaluation. So, next is the 360-degree feedback. So, ibig sabihin, comprehensive feedback from various sources. So, example, mga peer reviews and self-assessment. So, next is employee survey. So, gather feedback on workplace satisfaction. So, example, no, mga employee satisfaction surveys. Okay, so next is exit interview. Understand reasons for employee departure. So, dapat iintindihan mo kung ano ang rason kung ano ka naghalin ang iyong mga empleyado. So, an example is you conducting interviews with departing employees. And lastly, metrics and KPIs. So, track HR metrics for continuous improvement. So, example, monitoring employee turnover rates. So, by understanding and effectively managing these aspects, organizations can build a productive, engaged, and high-performing workplace.